Shalom is Brother Yashimaz Zakar from the Israelite Times Report, IsraeliteTimes.com. Upon my watch, all praises are due to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shav. Peace and blessings to all the brothers spread across the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth and sincerity. Going into news and prophecy, and boy, Bill Gates declares everyone on earth must prove their identity using global digital ID system. This is coming from the People's Voice.tv. And again, it says Bill Gates declares everyone on earth must prove their identity using his global digital ID system. So you know that's going right into the mark of the beast. So here we go. People's Voice.tv. That's a conservative news outlet. You know, a Republican right-wing based news outlet. So, you know, they do a lot of exposure of these devils. So, you know, Esau's tongue has fallen upon itself. It's a beautiful thing how the Most High has these devils tell what the other devils are doing. And why is that? It's for the men of the Lord to bring it out and warn the people, right? Globalist billionaire Bill Gates has demanded nations of the world adopt his global solution for digital ID to force every single person on earth to join his global digital ID system. And he posted this on X, which used to be Twitter, right? On X.com, which used to be Twitter. In this post, formerly known as Twitter, Gates complained that there are hundreds of millions of people still left in the world who lack ID that proves their identity. These devils are something else, man. He's complaining that people aren't able to prove their identity. Okay, and the Lord put it in their spirit, and usually, you know, let's just be honest. Gates is nothing but a puppet for even higher ruling elites. But it says, according to Gates, the modular open source identification platform called MOSIP or MOSIP is a global solution for rolling out digital IDs for the entire human race. Let me read that again. It is a global solution for rolling out digital IDs for the entire human race. It's called the Modular Open Source Identification Platform, a global solution for rolling out digital IDs for the entire human race. So you see where this is going. Okay? You're going to find out who the men of the Lord are. You're going to find out who the true prophets are, who has been warning you, telling you the truth, and who has been lying to you, who has sold out. That day is coming, and there's going to be a decision to be made. Choose you this day who you will serve. Okay? Gates described MOSIP as an inclusive approach to a global digital ID system that serves as a formidable solution for dismantling the barriers for people, millions of people around the world who don't have suitable identification. This has Mark of the Beast written all over it. This is leading right up to that microchip. And Klaus Schwab has already said, I forget the year. It might have been, I don't want to say the wrong year, but I believe it was circa somewhere around 2016, somewhere around in that area. May have been a little later than that, where he was saying, hey, we could put something under the skin to identify everyone. And these guys all belong to the same club. Okay. It says the billionaire's advocacy comes as the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has just pumped another $10 million into MOSIP. Says Gates' organization has joined forces with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals to promote and advance the globalist technology. All right. The Gates Foundation seems to focus on propelling a universal digital identification framework. So this is a framework that's already been developed that they're pretending is being developed, and that's the thing, that's the trick, the sorcery of Esau. He always pretend like he's doing something, or he's in the process of developing a technology when he's already developed it. I'm going to say this again for the 1,000th or the millionth time. I don't know how many times I've said it already. Go look online, go on YouTube, go on BitChute, Rumble, wherever you need to go to find it. There is a video. It was on 60 Minutes back in, I want to say, February of 2021. A Pentagon official met with 60 Minutes, or they did an interview with this Pentagon official who said, or he showed actually, what they call a health monitor that they will place under your skin. And supposedly this health monitor, which is like a chip, I saw the health monitor, will detect, whatever health issues you may have, but it's called a health monitor. But it was developed by the Pentagon, by the U.S. military. I mean, go figure, right? Pentagon official. So the pandemic situation, the 2020 situation, was what you would call a ruse. It happened so they could what a word I'm looking for, they could link the medical industry with the U.S. military, right? Bringing the two together, because that's possibly the way that they're going to bring about this MOTB, right? The microchip. The excuse that they can use is that we need to make sure that there's not another pandemic, and the only way to do that is to have everyone chipped up. Because if you don't have the chip, then we don't know if you are a danger to society, if you're a danger to the public. Also, with the borders and everyone crossing, they're purposely allowing everyone to do that, and I know the reason why they're doing it. They're doing it to say, or they're doing it because in the future, in the short future, they can say, there's too many people coming across. We don't know who's legal, who's not illegal. We don't know who the real U.S. citizens are. We need a chip to identify everyone. And Trump is on record, back in 2016 when he was running for president, saying, we're going to, because of the borders crisis, we're going to have a track and trace system. He said this back in 2016. This is before the pandemic. Way before the pandemic. This is 4 years before the pandemic. Before he even stepped foot in office. Trump was already promoting a track and trace system. And he called it the biometric track and trace system. That's what he called it. Biometric. When you deal with biometrics, you're dealing with biology. You're dealing with the human body. You're dealing with the body, right? Because they're not talking about tracking animals, although they already have that. They already have chips. But they're talking about tracking human beings. And the only way to do that is by way of microchip. Beings up to the internet and all of that. He causes all, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and their forehead, right? You will not be able to buy or sell. It's plain as day. It's plain as day. Okay? Let me get back to the article because I believe there's more here in this article. Again, this came from the People's Voice .tv. It says here, Gates, the UN, and MOSIP appear to be pitching the technology for use in low to middle income economies, but planning to roll it out worldwide. So they're going to start off with low to middle income economies. See how this devil works? He's going to start there. Remember when they came out with the jabby jab? When they came out with the juicy juice? The thing that you must shoot in your arm in order to be able to go into certain places back in 2021. But who did they start with? Who did they say they want to give it to first? They wanted to give it to the blacks, the Latinos, and the Native Americans. They said this on the news. And the problem is, you niggas, you don't pay attention to nothing. Why would they say they want to give the shot first to the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans? And they said, we got to give it to them first because they're poor. The jab was free. So what did poor have to do with it? It had nothing to do with it. That's what they wanted to shoot up first with the stabby jab. Right? But it says, again, they're going to start for use. It's going to start with low to middle income economies, but it's planning to roll it out worldwide. It says from the tweet from Gates, it says here in the quote, 850 million people lack ID. So now their rally cry or their their reasoning is that people lack ID. That proves their identity. That's what this border crisis thing is all about. Proving your identity. Also, they have all of this stuff about AI technology, robots, artificial intelligence, and they're going to say, we need to prove your ID, and the only way to do that is you need to get chipped. As Aaron Russo said, I believe he told Alex Jones this in that movie or that documentary film. What was it? Freedom to Fascism. I saw that years ago, man. Even before I came into this truth, I was studying the New World Order. Okay, that's what through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, but also from studying the New World Order, it helped me the one understanding the scriptures, because I saw that this was the devil, but I just didn't understand how it matched up biblically. Once I was able to put the two together, I said, "Oh shit!" Okay, because I was exposed to the truth about the New World Order back when I was in the military. This is going back years, man. It's going back years, but once I was able to, you know, match it up with the scriptures, man, it's clear as day. It says here, as a result, this is after the 850 million people lack identity that prove they lack ID that proves their identity. It says as a result, they're shut out of a lot of services that could change their lives. So they're using the lack of ID for certain people, 850 million people that they're saying is cutting them off from society. Now, what does that sound like? Well, what's going to happen when they roll out this mark of the beast and you don't take it? You're going to be cut off from society. You see? See how this devil works, man? He's a sneaky, evil demon. But see, he's not sneaky to us. We see him coming a mile away. He don't have to announce shit to us. We know what he's doing. It says here, that's why I'm so excited about MOSIP, an open source technology that could dismantle barriers worldwide. And this was at the G20 in India. That's with Bill Gates. This is a quote from Bill Gates. It says critics, and I'm getting back to the article, it says critics of Gates' globalist approach are raising the alarm. They may have meant to say sounding the alarm about how a global digital ID system would exclude people from society if they refuse to comply with the technology. Let me read this again. This mark of the beast thing is here, man. And it's getting, I'm telling you, it's time to get serious, man. Critics of Gates' globalist approach are raising the alarm about how a global digital ID system would exclude people from society if they refuse to comply with the technology or are blocked from using it. Boy, this devil's coming right on out with it, ain't it? It says the system appears to be inspired by China's social credit score system. See, now China was the test hub, okay, for the New World Order. China was the test country or nation, okay. Moab, they use China as the testing grounds for the New World Order with their socialist credit score system. And I just so happened to work for, I'll say it once, I worked for the embassy of China some time ago. Okay. So I know them. And I did it for 9 years. So I know them. I know this system. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. You people have no idea. When they bring that social credit score system to America, boy, they're going to make it look like it's good, man. But you have no idea. If you buck up against the government, they will shut your shit down, man. Because that's what they did to the people in China. Trust me, I know. A lot of things that I could say, man, from the military to my time working in certain places, man, the shit that boy. But they're going to present it as if it's a good thing. Everyone be on this system. The Fed now, what is it? The CBDC, it'll help transactions. Man, cut your shit off, man. They will cut your shit off. And you'll be ostracized. You'll be cut off from society. But it says the system appears to be inspired by China's social credit score system and modeled after India's controversial state digital ID. I believe it's called Aadhaar. It's called the Aadhaar system, which rolled out in 2009. That's right before I started. I worked for the Chinese embassy. It says in China, where digital ID is a requirement for travel. Listen to this. In China, where digital ID is a requirement for travel, online access, managing personal finances, and even buying food, the system locks people out of society for failing to comply with the government's rules. I can attest to this. For 9 years, I've seen it. I've seen people complain. I used to wonder why people, people of China used to complain about their government. I didn't understand. Was their English was kind of broken, and they would tell me things, and they were scared to tell me, but but they wanted to tell me, but they were kind of scared because they will shut your shit off, man, in China, and that's coming to America. That's coming to America. It says if Gates' global ID is rolled out in the U.S., the globalist blueprint for society will be complete, and we will be forced to comply with their rules or else. This is a long article, y'all. I suggest you go read it. It's over there at the People's Voice, peoplesvoice.tv. Go read it for yourself. It actually, let me see. When did it come out? It was August 23, 2023, but the Spirit had me go look it up. Spirit had me go look it up and bring it out. I usually try to get current, up-to-date news, but yeah, that's current and up-to-date because that's something that just kind of floated by. But this is why we need to, detach ourselves from this world and the cares of this world. Because when this devil comes down with great wrath, as I say every week, because he's coming down with great wrath, he's going to force you to make a decision, man. And you're going to have to cut people off. You will be cut off from society at some point, and you're going to have to be okay with that. So it's best to have that, and excuse my language, but you need to have that fuck this place mentality. You need to have that fuck this world mentality. Like Tupac used to say, fuck the world. Yeah, you need to be in that. And Tupac was a damn demon. But you do need to have a fuck this world mentality. Excuse my language for, for the sensitive ones. But look, we're going into a time, man, where all of that sensitivity shit need to be thrown out the window, man. That's why I can't stand these Christian as Israelites. But I want to get Isaiah 31 and 1 says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. Okay? You need to keep that in mind, man. There's going to come a day when you're not going to be able to go down to Egypt for help. Not if you're a man of the Lord. Right now, you can so-called get to the bag, make a little money, do your little hustle, whatever you need to do to survive or whatever. The Lord bless you, But it says, and I'm roughly paraphrasing, I can't remember the whole scripture, but it says, give me neither riches nor poverty. I hope I'm saying it right. Been a minute since I looked that up, but I believe it's give me riches nor poverty. Right. So, it's a balance. The Lord doesn't just have us in a bum like state, with the water Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. The Lord will bless you, take care of you. Give us this day our daily bread. Um, But at the same time, even that which we have at some point, we may have to, different brothers gonna have different situations, but you have to give a lot of shit up, man. I believe it says be as pilgrims in the earth. Because when this system is rolled out, and it's rolled out already, it's already here. I keep talking like it's coming in the future. It's here. They just haven't pushed it on you yet. They haven't forced it on you yet. It's just like the dollar. The dollar's dead. They just haven't announced it yet. Okay? So the time is coming, and all we're doing is giving you warning, man. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. And people buck up against it. But it says, again, Isaiah 31:1, because I'm rambling. Excuse me. Salaki. It says here, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong, right? Just like this government is very strong, okay, and powerful. So people trust in it. People trust in things that are tangible, things that they can see, the visual. But it takes faith to step out on nothing and believe that something is there, right? It takes faith, right? It does. But we're not stepping out on nothing. We're stepping out on Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua and his word and believing his word to be true. And that's what the fiery trial is all about. Going through shit. It builds up your faith. Because when I first came into this thing, man, I went through hell immediately. I was like, oh shit. I was like, damn. Like immediately. My woman started acting stupid. Job, money, everything just went. Man, I went through. Whew, man. But what it did was it helped build up my faith over time. Okay, that's why it's important, imperative that you cast off the cares of this world now, because when that time comes, it's gonna be too late to be talking about, let me try to figure out this Israelite thing. Let me try to figure out, man, if you ain't rooted and grounded in this thing, man, you gonna get torn up and thrown, cast aside, man. It's not a joke, man. It's not a game. It really isn't. It really, really isn't. But let me get back to it before I start rambling. It says here, it says, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. Now the Egyptians are men and not God, right? But you can't tell Esau that because he's standing in the stead of the Egyptians today, America, right? And I'm here in D.C., the D.C. area at least. And you see the goddamn Egyptian pyramids. You got the one of the top Freemasonic temples here in DC, where a lot of big wigs, elites go to. Okay. And that's all based on Egyptian principles. And I know about that shit because before I came into the truth, I used to be into that Egyptology shit. And trust me, that is a strong demon of illusion to be under. And I was under that at one point. Man, is that oh boy, you talking about a strong demon. Them niggas that are into that Kemet shit, them niggas is under a heavy, man, that's heavy sorcery, man. That demon is strong. And I know the Christianity demon, because that's not the real Christian, we know true Christians are the followers of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, but I'm talking about the modern day church, Pastor Pork Chop Christians. That's a demon too, but that Kemet demon, that Egyptology shit, man, that's a whole nother. I know because I dealt with both. I grew up in the Christian church, and then later on, I got into Egyptology and Kemet and all that shit. And I'm telling you, That's a strong demon, man, and a lot of you brothers probably never was under that spell. And I'm gonna tell you, man, I can attest to it. That shit is next level wicked, man. Um, and the women that are involved in that shit, they are some freaks, boy. Woo. But anyway, let me get let me see. It says now the Egyptians are men and not God, but Esau thinks he's God, and they're talking shit. They're talking shit to God right now, the Most High Power. They're telling God they can piss them off whenever they feel like it. They're saying they can make rain. They can do whatever the hell they want. It says, now the Egyptians are men and not God, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall. Yeah. So you want to help this government? You want to help Esau's wicked kingdom? It says, when the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they all shall fail together. So, the banding together, the coming together, the uniting as one, the new world order, because that's the vibration that they're pushing, all coming together as one. One of the top sayings of the Illuminati is out of many, one. Out of many, one. The people coming under one accord. What is that? Babylon all over again. Right? Out of many, one. But what's the end result in that? What is the end result? We read it again. It says, when the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, right? And he that is hoping shall fall down, and they all shall fail together. Okay? That's the end result of helping out Babylon. Right quick, this is off topic, but I want to bring this up. The Spirit had me listening to one of these you know, I guess you conservative, sort of conservative news outlets, or one of these alt-right media news outlets, because they drop a lot of jewels. But I was, as I was listening, he was exposing the New World Order and the globalist elites and all this. And then he had the nerve to say, because he was talking about the small hats, the J-ish people that say they are, but are not. And then he had the nerve to say that they were the real children of Israel, the whites. So there's this divide between the small hats and the, I guess you can say, the other Edomite tribes. And so they're trying to push this. This is I shouldn't say it's new, but it's becoming more prevalent. There's like this push to say that the real Israelites are not the J-ish people, the small hatters, but they're really the other whites, the other so-called white people. Man, if you devils don't go sit your ass down somewhere, they're trying to say that the Israelites are really the Western white man. That the J-ish people, I hope you understand what I'm saying. The small hatters, the people that are calling themselves the JEWs, are not the real people, and that the real Israelites are the Western white men, right? Man, if you Edomites, you goddamn devils, don't go sit your ass down somewhere. If y'all don't go sit the fuck down, this truth has already come out, man. And you've already been exposed. And it's too late in the game to be trying that shit. So they're trying to what they're trying to do is say that the 12. So they're coming. In other words, they're coming up with their own 12 tribes chart and trying to say, oh man, this is madness, man. We need to get the hell up out of here. They're trying to come up with their own 12 tribes chart, and I forget the locations, but they're trying to say that you know, this, these white people over here are belonging to this tribe, like for example, they might say, how can I do this? The people of Norway are tribe of Benjamin, the people of uh Scotland are the tribe of I don't know, Levi or whatever. Just I'm just throwing that out there. Man, if y'all don't go sit the hell down somewhere, man. This truth has already come out, and it's too late in the game. People know the truth, and there's nothing you can do. Anyway, Esau, your time is up, man. Your time for lies and deception is up as well. But this is something that they're actually trying to push in these Edomite, these right wing news outlets now. That they're the real Israelites, because they're coming up against the Amalekites. They're coming up against the Amalekites, and because it's a battle, it's a tribal battle between one Edomite sect and the other Edomite sect, and it's amazing. But these are things we must endure. I'll tell you what. Since you devils think that you're the real people, let's see if you match this description. This is Psalms 137:3. It says, "For they carried us away captive, required of us a song, and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, Sing us one of the songs of Zion." When the hell did you goddamn white people get carried away requiring a song of you? When did you get carried away by slave ships, okay, and get brutally raped, your heritage taken away from you, your name stripped away from you, okay, buck broken, and forced to sing and dance? To this day, our people are being forced to sing and dance and tap dance. To this day. You don't match the description. You don't match the curses. It's not on you. These devils want to have their cake and eat it too. And you're complaining because you're finding out that the upper echelon, the upper ruling class hates you and don't give a shit about you. So now you want to make the claim that you're the real children of Israel. You can make up your little bullshit 12 tribe charts and try to make claim that the white people make up the 12 tribes of Israel, but no. It's too late, man. I forget who it was. I believe it was one of the Rockefellers. My memory's slipping. But I believe it was one of the Rockefellers who said that they wish they never made the internet. And the reason being is because the prophets of the Lord, the men of the Lord, exposed the devil, took his mask off, and through the power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, brought our people back to who they are, reminded the people of who they are, the real children of Israel, right? So they want to, so now they want to come in with this deception and make it seem like they're the ones being persecuted. The average hardworking white man is being persecuted. No, you're just a two-time loser. Okay? Go fuck yourself. Excuse me. Go fuck off. You know, too late. This truth is gone out. That's why they said they wish they never made the internet. It's too late, man. The tribes have woken up. They know who they are now. Those that are of the elect are being sealed, and your kingdom is going down. You know, let me see. When did YouTube start? 2006? It was 2005, I believe. Right? And so it got pushed around 2007. Right? When the Israelites really start pushing on YouTube. So, man, that's a long damn time. Here it is in 2023. You want to make up a 12 tribe chart for white people. Yo, this is madness, man. This is madness. But I just wanted to bring that out right quick. Again, it says, for they that carried us away captive required of us a song. And I always think about how Jake, will, man, sell himself out to try to get rich, coming out of poverty, work their whole careers, 30, 40 years, singing and dancing, just to die poor, just to die penniless, because they take everything from Jake. They take his catalog, all the rights to his music. His family don't get any of it. It says, and by the way, we were in captivity. See, we can prove who we are by the curses. See, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't be the rulers and claim that you're being ruled. You can't be the people that had the children of Israel in slavery and then claim that you are the children of Israel. You can't have your cake and eat it too. For they that carried us away captive required of us a song, and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us of the songs of Zion. Now, we used to sing those songs when we were in hardcore slavery, right? Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home, right? We were singing those songs. That was us. That wasn't you. That wasn't you. You were the ones raping our women, buck breaking our men, with your foot on our neck. Ripping our skin off and cutting our skin off and making purses out of them. That was you. You can't have it both ways, man. How shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? We were brought to a strange land. That was us. That wasn't you, Esau. You the damn devil, man. And now you want to cry and bitch and moan because you finding out that the authorities above you, the higher elites above you, don't give a shit about you, and they're about to take everything away from you. And that you were just used as a pawn for the New World Order. Cry me a river, man. So you Edomites want to cry now, because your government is turned on you and putting hell on you. But you're just a 2-time loser. You should have enjoyed your time, man. Don't bitch and moan now. Let me get Hebrews 12 and 16, oldie but goodie. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. That's something you damn devils would do, right? And that's something that your forefather Esau did. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. Okay? Cry, Esau. Cry. Cry. You can cry all you want to, but you're still not an Israelite. You damn devils. You're not an Israelite. You're not the children of Israel. You can't have it both ways. You can't take people in captive and then pretend that you're the captives. You weren't made to dance while being beaten and hung, watching your women get raped. Your children weren't taken from you and then sold into slavery to other slave masters. Can't have it both ways. And these same devils, they like to brag about how they got the Negroes, they got the niggers under subjection, but at the same time want to pretend like they're the children of Israel. Like, which one is it? Right? Which one is it? You cannot have your cake and eat it too. And you can cry all day long. But you saw what the scripture said in Hebrews, 12th chapter. Found no place of repentance. You and your system is going down. And while I was listening to this devil try to make this claim, and he said it like it was just some new revelation. And he's a highly respected, I guess you can say, podcaster or whatever in the alt-right media. I don't even want to say his name. But he was the way he was talking, he tried to make himself sound so humble. He said, I don't really want to say this, but, and then he tried to use, the book of Revelations, and he was saying, I don't want to say this, but, the people that are calling themselves the Jews are really not. It's really I hate to say this, but it's really the Western white man. Man, if you fucking devils don't go sit your ass down somewhere. You wait this late in the game after this truth has been out, pushed worldwide, especially since 2007. And now you want to, the 12 tribes of Israel are the Western white man. Man, if you don't go, man, they're trying everything, man. These devils are desperate. And this is a sign of desperation. At first, I kind of got pissed off, in the spirit. This shit pisses you off. It vexes your spirit. But after a while, I started laughing, man, because it's a sign of desperation. Of all the things, man, for you Edomites to do in this time while your kingdom is collapsing, for you to try to now identify yourselves as the real Israelites, you're going to try to disassociate yourself from the small hats, right? The J-ish people, and say that you are they. You are the children of Israel, that they stole it from you. The nerve of you, man. But that just shows you the pride of Esau. But Habakkuk 2 and 4 says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith, right? The soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. And that's Esau to the T. But it says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, right? And through his philosophy, right? It's democracy, He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. It's the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans going around from different nations, spreading democracy, trying to force people to adapt to the alphabet lifestyle. No, that's you goddamn devils. Oh yeah, they did set up Kamala Harris, which we don't even know what that bitch is for real. We don't know what she is. She could be anything. We don't even know if that's really a Jake woman or not. We don't know what the hell that slut is, man. But she went over there to Africa trying to tell them to live that alphabet lifestyle, and they said, "Go fuck yourself," as they should, right? It says, "Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, and Esau is proud, right? Neither keepeth at home, always fucking around with somebody else's shit, always trying to go and spread his democracy. They'll go destroy another country, another nation, and try to make them adapt to their life, to their lifestyle, their westernized way, and say that they're freeing them. You can't get more proud than that. Who enlarges his desire as hell and as his death and cannot be satisfied. This devil was never satisfied. That's why they're crying now. All this time they've had the real children of Israel under subjection. All this time, man. They've been boasting and bragging. Look at these niggers. We're not like them. Right? Look at these niggers. I seen it, man, because when I used to be into the Kemet stuff, I used to back in the day before I came into this truth, I used to go onto the websites of these white supremacists, and I would read the things that they were saying, and they would openly boast and brag about how they had niggers under subjection, and they would boast and brag about how they destroyed niggers, because they would bring out stuff about how the FBI would infiltrate these black organizations, these black power movements or whatever, and how they dump drugs in the black community, how they dump guns in the black community. And they would brag and say, good. It's good for the niggers. That's what they would say. That's the type of shit that they would talk. That's Esau's a proud man. They boast and bragged about it. They didn't say, oh, that's fucked up. Damn, that's messed up what they did to those people. The crack era and how they separated the man from the woman. They push the feminist movement on our women, made them think that they didn't need no man, destroyed the black community. They didn't say that. They didn't repent. No, they were proud of it. They were saying it's good for the niggers. Populated the jail with young black men, the jail system, the prisons with young black men and Latino men, because there's a lot of Latino gangs. With the Mexican gangs and the El Salvador here in the DMV in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, you got a lot of El Salvadorians, and you got the what you call the MS-13s and all that, and trying to think, in New York you got the the Latin Kings, the Ephraim. So yeah, man, they didn't repent. These white people didn't repent. They didn't say, "Oh shit, we really did wrong to these people." No. It says he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desires as hell and as death, is as death, and cannot be satisfied. So even with all of that, even with all this time he's been ruling, he's still not satisfied. He's still crying like a little bitch. We're the real tribes of Israel. And he do try to make himself sound so humble. I hate to say this, but, the real children of Israel, as according to the Bible, is the Western white man. I said, man, oh man, oh man. And like I said, I got pissed off at first, but then I started to laugh and chuckle a little bit. I said, yeah, this is an act of desperation. This is desperation. This man's kingdom is going. Bye-bye. Let me see. Say any more. It says, cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations. I couldn't let that one slip. But gathereth unto himself. Not only is he not satisfied, but he gathereth unto himself unto him all nations. The so-called black man, has he gathered all nations? No. All nations hate us, man. I see these jakes. Damn, I'm going on a ramble. I'm sorry, y'all. I made this much longer than I wanted it to be. But I seen well, little quick testimony. This Judite, this Jake woman that I used to talk to. She was a cool sister. She kind of took a liking to me. This was back in, I want to say like 2019 maybe. She was cool. She knew I was an Israelite. We had, we talked about it, whatever, and she was cool with it. Cool sister. But she it wasn't a thing where I went to her and said, I'm an Israelite sister. No, she just kind of inquired, and I said, yeah, I didn't go into too much detail, but I just kind of like, yeah, my faith is in Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. And she was like, oh, okay. She was cool with it. And she kind of, she agreed, we were the people, whatever. But she went, she took her ass over to China, and she went over there on business. I'll put it like that. She went over there on business, and the people put hell. Her and the other Negroes that took their black asses over there to China, thinking they was going to find a better life. There was, the pandemic popped off, and the Chinese people told them niggas to go back home. And matter of fact, they banned them from coming into their store. Yo, I'm sorry. You can't make this up though. They went over there, and the pandemic popped off in 2020, and because I think she went over there like late 2019, so she was already over there when the pandemic popped off, and they put up signs basically telling black people they're not allowed to enter because they said that black people spread the the virus more than anybody else. That was the lie that they was telling in China. See, the Chinese don't give a shit. They don't give a fuck. They don't try to hide their racism. They let you know. So she was over there protesting. I saw her in a video. She posted it on social media. Like I said, she was a cool sister, but she doesn't know. She doesn't understand. Uh, man, but that again goes into, you don't see that happening to Edomites, or the so-called white man. You don't see that. People adore him. People look up to them, even to this day. Even though, you do have people complaining about the so-called white man now, but people still look up to him and they still see him as the authority. I can say something that makes sense, and people will look at me and look down on me and laugh. You put a white man in a suit, he can come along and say the exact same thing that I said, and everyone will go, oh, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, everything you said is correct. Now, why is that? Why is that? Why? Why is that? Because he's in rulership. He's in rulership, not us. So you can't have it both ways, devil. You can't be both. You can't be the capturer and the captive. Okay? And the scriptures tell you, it says, but he gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. And that's what you have done. You stole all of our inventions, all of our projects. You stole the minds of our women. Man, our women. Someone brought this out. I think it was Kevin Samuels. that women, and there was a black woman that exposed this too on the internet, and other black women were mad as hell because she brought this out, that black women will do for white men what they won't do for black men. And I know this because I was in Idaho for a number of years, and I seen these black women, man. They will bow down to Esau. They will get on their knees to Esau, and their energy and the vibration that they have when they're around, when they're trying to get with a white man that's exposed to a black man, man, it's night and day. But it says, woe to him that increases that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with the clay. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. And I'm gonna leave it there. There's so much that I can go into. I had no idea I was gonna go that long. I said, right quick. I was gonna make it quick, but yeah, man, this devil is proud, and in a last ditch effort, as this kingdom goes down, this goddamn devil is now claiming that he is the real Israelite, not the J-ish people, not the small hatters, right? Who really are Amalekites. No, not them. The Western white man, the working Western white man. Last ditch effort, man. This is proof that this kingdom is dead. And there was so much more that I could have went into, but it was on my spirit. But anyways, with that, I'm gonna say shalom. All praises to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. Shalom to all the brothers spread across the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth.